Grab English. Hello, everyone, and cheers.
Cheers. Hello, everybody.
Let's take a little sip. You guys can probably hear that really well because of the microphones.
That's good. That coffee's good right about now.
Right. So as you can see, we're not at the office today. We are recording via Zoom. We're staying home as there's a state of emergency right now in Japan. So we were ordered to stay home.
We are trying to set the example. We're hoping that everybody is staying safe, and as you can see, we're trying to stay safe.
Yeah, as much as possible. So, but welcome everybody. Good to see everyone again.
Yes.
And today we'd like to talk about something rather fun.
Driving. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know about you, but I love to drive. I love driving.
I used to love to drive.
Ooh.
When that changed when I guess as I got older, I started to fear for my life a lot more.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm always like, and so what ends up happening is like when I drive, or when I was driving back in the States, I slowly started worrying more and more about like I became more of a defensive driver. Going the speed limit, not going over the speed limit, not going too fast, not making like I was just I'm not doing anything.
Well, that's cool. That's what we call playing it safe, right? And it's fair. It's fair to be cautious. Unlike these other aggressive drivers who cut people off, who go like 20 over the speed limit. Come on now.
Now, there's one thing. Yeah, you're right. There's one thing that I have to say though is like a lot of Japanese drivers are pretty good. I'd say. I feel like anyway.
From what I've seen, my personal observation is that they follow the rules. They follow the rules.
Which brings us to the topic of differences between, driving in the United States versus driving in Japan. Primarily speaking, like how we get our licenses and stuff.
So, as it turns out, and this came to a big surprise to me when I found out that in Japan they have to attend driving school.
Yeah, that's something we don't have to do in the States. I did though. I did.
Chris, you did?
Yeah, I went to driving school in the United States because I was like 16. It was a program from the school that we had to do. So, I just did it. So,
well, okay, but I guess I should point out, and probably Chris, you could agree with me that it's not really a common case in America that we go to driving school.
Absolutely not.
Usually in America, a person who usually has a driver's license ends up teaching you. For example, a father would teach his son, older brother would teach the brother. Many times the boyfriend teaches the girlfriend.
Yeah, you usually a lot of people will take you out in a parking lot or something. That's when I was first learning how to drive. Like my mom would take me out to empty parking lots during like late at night and would just let us just drive around the parking lot, and she would pretend like, okay, stoplight, stop, things like that, and she would give us like all these different instructions and things like that. It was a really fun experience, but terrifying at the same time.
For me, and later down the line, both my father and I, we realized that ideally Sunday mornings,
Sunday mornings,
because everybody's sleeping in. I wanted to sleep in. Instead, I'm not learning how to drive, but there were hardly any cars on the streets, hardly any. like close to zero. If I actually saw a car, when we pulled up at the stop sign, I looked at him, and we looked at each other like, what are you doing? How come you're not in bed right now?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Like all that matters in America is passing the test. If you pass the test, you can drive. That's all that matters. If you know the answers to the questions on the test itself and the road test,
Yes.
you're golden. Like even me, when I went back to the States and I was able and I had to renew my license and everything while I was there, I just took the road test, got my license again. Speaking of which, I need to try and renew that again before it expires.
You better get on it. Wait, but here, Chris, can you remember? Can you share with everybody? Can you share with us today maybe an interesting story when you started driving or when you were driving in America?
Oh,
tell us one. Tell us one.
Which car wreck do you want to talk about?
Ooh, how about the I don't know, 91 Mustang?
No. I never had I had a Plymouth Sundance. It was an old car. It was a super old car. But there was one story. There's two stories that I'd like to talk about. I'm only going to talk about the one. So I was in high school and I was coming back from my girlfriend's house at the time.
Okay.
And I was like 17, 18 years old. And my car wasn't the best car. And I was driving. It was raining. It was cold. And, I'm just going along and there's a stoplight. I go ahead and press my brakes. The brakes didn't quite stop me.
Ooh.
Now, they stopped me enough to where I didn't really harm anybody.
Huh?
But they didn't stop me enough to not bump into the car ahead of me. Yeah, I bumped into this car ahead of me, and next thing I know, a bunch of people jump out, and there's like 4 people. They all get out, and the police are called. All this stuff. And they were. It turns out they were actually tourists. They had actually come from. I believe they were from mainland China, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, and they spoke English. Like a lot of them, they all spoke English and everything. I think from Hong Kong. And yeah, bumped into the back of their car, and they're like, dude, and they looked at the back of the car. They're like, oh, there's nothing really wrong with it. Not that big of a deal. I'm like, yeah, and I apologized to them and stuff like that. Police took my car on the side and checked the brakes. I'm like, yeah, your brakes are broken, man. Like, yeah, I didn't mean for it to happen. I'm sorry. They let me off, thankfully, with just a warning. Just make sure to take this to the get them checked, which I did. But yeah, that car was so bad. That car was terrible.
Well, I don't think I can match you for stories for wrecking cars, but here's 2 for everybody. I've actually never been in a car accident. However, and I've been driving. Let me see. I'm 38 now, 18 years old. So because I've been driving for almost 20 years now. But I have been bumped into. And guess in the same type of scenario or situation, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I was at a drive-through. A drive-through? Something completely odd. Twice.
Okay.
So there's a car in front of me. I imagine they've already made it to the menu, to the box. They're getting ready to order. I see his white lights turn on.
Mm-hmm.
Which means he's hit reverse.
Oh no.
He's going back. I was like, where are you going? Wait. By the time I hit the horn, brunk. He's already, man, I don't, it would sound like I rear-ended him, but how does this one go? He front-ended me?
Yeah, I guess that would be with the back of his car.
Yeah. And we both get out of the car, and I said, where are you going? How are you hitting reverse in a drive-through? When you change your mind, you don't want hamburgers, you want to go get pizza or something? Second story, same situation. I'm hungry. This one was even worse because he had already ordered and he pulled up to the window.
And did he hit reverse?
He hit reverse again.
Oh my god.
I ordered two. I'm getting ready to get my juicy big hamburger. Here we go. Here we go. Are those white lights? And where you going?
Wait, did this happen before or after the first time?
This was the second one. This is the second.
So in your mind, you're probably just like, again?
It was deja vu, if you will.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of something like that?
Like something happening twice like that? Yeah.
Like
100%.
Like there being an accident, if you will, at a drive-through.
Yeah, usually it involves like people who are maybe like, maybe a bit older. They usually make that. That's a mistake that's happened in Japan a couple of times. They've run into like stores and everything.
The first case, the first gentleman, he was on the old side. He had to have been at least in his mid-60s.
I see.
Which brings up the question, why is he still driving?
Ooh, I mean, that could be like debated. That could be debated in a lot of cases. So it depends. But if he has some sort of mental issues, like maybe Alzheimer's or something like that, that's completely different. But
shouldn't be driving. Should have been driving.
Yeah.
But I think some of my fun, some of my best memories were I guess racing on the highway.
Oh no! You sure you want to talk about this?
Hold on. Yeah, I'll bring it up. It's just that. Well, here, or what do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Is this a boop boop or?
No, that's fine. Go ahead and go for it if you want to.
Here. So, I'm driving. I'm following the speed limit. Yeah, I'm not in a hurry, but next to me pulls up a girl in a sports car. Dude, I'm driving a 98 Jetta. Come on now. And I guess she was driving around the freeway and just challenging other drivers on the highway. And how was she challenged? She was showing off her motor. Yeah, like vroom vroom vroom. And I said, oh, you want some? Okay, let's go. And we kind of went from there, yeah. But
go ahead, continue.
Dude, she was on a Porsche. I'm driving a Jetta.
She smoked you hard, didn't she?
She burned me. I couldn't even see her. Where'd she go?
Gotcha. Yeah, that reminds me of me and my buddy. We actually did the same thing after work. We would go ahead and meet up and then like speed down the highway. But that's a different story for another day.
For another day.
Yeah, but anyway, thanks for coming, everybody. That's a little coffee talk for today. As per usual, cheers, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good one.
Later.